Hey, this is Steve Domenico in the Room podcast with a very special guest. I have Will Sriracha Smith, 3-1, fighting tomorrow night at Bellator 244 in his backyard at Mohegan Sun. Will, thanks for coming on the show. So short, so close to fight night. Tomorrow night, you make your Bellator debut, man. How you feeling about the opportunity?
I'm feeling great. I've been waiting a long time to get an opportunity like this on a huge stage. So I'm ready to go. I've been training all my life for this.
Will, I know this is a late notice fight. Bellator just coming to Mohegan Sun, announcing that they're going to have a bunch of cards there leading into September. How'd this fight come about? How did you get this call up? I know it's late notice. Tell us about it and tell us how excited you are to have this matchup.
I'm very excited. When I got the phone call about Bellator, I just said yes. I didn't question who it was, what weight class it was, when it was. I said yes. And my team, thank Carlos with Chess Moves Management, he made it happen for us. Yeah, we got the phone call this month, but we stay in the kitchen. We cooking every day. And there's a lot of things that we had to do in order to get ready for this dance. We had a long grocery list that we had to complete, and we got everything in right in the nick of time. So it's going down tomorrow.
Excellent. Well, Will, I mean, you're a veteran at this game. You only have four, professional fights, but you've been at it a while in the amateur ranks. You've had a ton of success there. We're fighting about a year and a half into your pro career. This is going to be your fifth fight and your biggest fight, fighting for Bellator. You're fighting a fairly newcomer to the game. I mean, he's 2-0 for Bellator, but he's a young kid. You're fighting 20-year-old Lucas Brennan with 2 fights from Bellator, and you're fighting a weight class up, and I would imagine that's because of late notice, and they came calling, and you said you're jumping in there. How you feel about fighting a new kid on the block and maybe taking out one of Bellator's big prospects here?
I think it's a great honor. Spice Boys, we only want the biggest and baddest. He hasn't competed as long as me, but he's accomplished a lot in a short amount of time. To get on that stage, and when we cooking for the best. There was no slacking in the preparation, in the kitchen every day, doing what we do best. So we're ready. Him being Chris, it could be anybody else. We're going to be cooking just as hard every day.
Excellent. The spice levels are going to be up there no matter where, no matter what. Well,
Absolutely.
we're fighting with no crowd. How you feeling about that? I've interviewed a lot of fighters. They kind of like it because they do block out that crowd while they're fighting in there, and it gives them a chance, what they've been speaking about, to hear their coaches and just get a new perspective on the fight game in the cage. What are you thinking about that aspect of the game on tomorrow night?
Um, I tend to zone out when I'm dancing, but I like the crowd. I like when I go into a crowded situation and I hear people screaming, yelling, and that just gives me a whole different type of energy. So it's going to be different going in there quiet, but at the same time, it's going to be similar to practice, and practice can be just as intense. So it's not going to bother me at all. As long as I got the Spice Voice, I got nothing to worry about.
So, Will, COVID-19, I spoke with you. You had a fight scheduled in March. It fell through last minute. Now we are 5 months, ahead in the future. You get the Bellator call. Did you think this was going to be on your radar? Did you think, Bellator was going to be on your radar? And, with COVID and just the lack of fights, what's going through your mind? I mean, it's like winning the lottery to get on a card, especially, a national world promotion like that. How's that feel to get on there?
It feels great. If it did feel like MMA was over when COVID hit. Nobody had any idea when the kitchens will open back up, when we get to dance again. So for a long time, I was really rethinking, my career, uh, what I can make out of MMA, seeing that I've invested so much. So when this phone call came up, I definitely jumped on it. Like, it made me so happy, brought the fire back. I'm ready to go, get it cooking again. I'm just very grateful for the opportunity.
Excellent. Well, there you have it. My friend Will Sriracha Smith, 3-1, jumping
Yes,
up
sir.
to featherweight to take out tomorrow night one of Bellator's future prospects, 2-0, Lucas Brennan, in a huge, huge matchup to start the prelim fights. Will, thanks so much for coming on. 20 less than 24 hours away from your biggest fight of your career, man. And let's get a word maybe next week when you get that hand raised.
Awesome. Sound good, boss. Let's do it.
All right, man. Go to work. We'll talk to
All
you.
right.